Okay. I gotcha. Oh. Hi, welcome to transcribing bebop solos, because I want to be good at music. Hey, Petal. So today we're going to be breaking down Bloomdido, the solo I just did. Pretty cool. Honestly, it was really fun. It took me less time, I think, overall, than doing the Now's the Time solo. I think mainly because there wasn't any crazy double time lines, and maybe I'm also getting a little bit better. Hi. So as soon as I start playing saxophone, she's going to run away, but that's okay. This is how she sits on me. Anyway, I just want to talk about a couple of specific things, a couple of repeated phrases that he does. So the first kind of theme that I want to talk about is this bar here, like the fifth bar in the chorus. The bar just before, I guess, the turnaround into the C7 chord or the 4 chord. Yes, I know. I know. I know the 4 chord. Yeah, so he plays this really like cool thing. Quite repetitively, he does it every chorus pretty much, where he hits this E flat, which is the flat 13. Hi. I'll play it for you. I'll play like what he plays. Hopefully it's not too loud. Is that too loud for you? Is that okay? Yeah. Yeah, too loud for you. There you go. Is that happier? Where was I? Yeah, so. And he does that again, kind of in the second and third chorus. Okay, bye. So I'll play it now that Pepe's left. The second chorus kind of, I mean, he delays the resolution to the 3 of the 4 chord here. So he goes. There it is. I'll play it. I'm playing at 70% speed here. And then I think it's really cool what he does here. He plays like he's still playing in G7, like this bar and this bar. The synth sound is so horrible though. He's playing like, he's building tension kind of here in the C7 chord by playing the flat 9 and the sharp 9 of the G. And then he goes above and below the E. I can't remember what the name of that is. Anyway. Yeah, and he does it again in the third chorus here. So he plays something different before every time. Here it goes. So he actually plays like this. He plays this line. But he plays it without the trill. And he just lands on the E, straight on the C7. So it's like a common theme throughout the whole solo. He's doing that stuff in this specific bar, but it's never exactly the same, which is cool. I think it's cool. He doesn't really do it anywhere else. It's kind of the only place he's doing that sort of stuff, that specific E flat thing. I mean, the last chorus, he does some E flat thing, D sharp thing, but it's more in the kind of C sharp diminished thing. So. So like little bebop scale thing here. Bebop scale is like Mixolydian with a major 7. Yeah. So this is something that he's kind of. This is the first chorus. He does it different from every other time. But this, I really like this. Yeah. I still can't like tongue that like he's doing, but. So good. This line's pretty cool though. The hitting the G sharp on the E. This chord, this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th bar is pretty key in this whole solo. He's really outlining like an E7 thing in pretty much every chorus, and doing this altered like flat 9 sharp 9 thing, like an F natural and G natural over E7, which is really, really common throughout the whole solo. And then I'll just play it. And then here, this bar. So this line is kind of like he is implying this. Like here, this bar, right? The same bar, the A-7, the 9th bar of the chorus. He just doesn't like articulate it. I'll show you. Like he's playing, but he just doesn't blow any air through the horn. Yeah, anyway, I'm pretty sure he does. Second chorus, he starts leaning into this like F sharp just below the G thing. sick, man. It's so long. It's almost the entire chorus. It's like 12 bar blues, right? And he's playing for what, like 10 bars straight? I mean 9 bars. I can't play it slow because I run out of breath. Break down some interesting things. I already talked about this. But here's when he starts extending this 3-6, 3-3-6-2-5 sort of thing, where he stops really playing in G7 and kind of more in the B7 realm, I think. Yeah. I mean, it's chromaticism too. Here's where he really says, like, this is actually the line. This is a really, really cool, like, really just chill 2-5 line, right? Like, that would be a good thing to transpose into a bunch of keys, probably. Like, if I was to play it in B minor instead of A minor. 3, 5, 7, 3, 2, 1, 7, and then the, like, flat 13, the minor 13 into the 1 of the next one. So if it was like B minor to E7, it'd be like, right? So we're like, is that right? No, it's not right. It's, yeah. Cool. So that's a very obvious, like, just really classic little things that you could pull and put into different keys probably and have as part of your shtick. A bluesy bird thing. Just classic, you know? Yeah. I don't even really know how to annotate it. I'm just like guessing. Here is where he uses the same phrase theme from the first chorus. This, but he uses it in a different place. He uses it, instead of on the C7, he uses it on the G7. And he's going B flat to B instead of A to B flat. Obviously brighter because it's on the major third of the G instead of the minor 7 on the C. Here's this line we already talked about, this little flat 13 thing. Here is when he starts getting more diminished vibes, more chromaticism in the end of the solo. Really like C sharp diminished, I think, you know, like. This D is like really like muted. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a D. And then baby whip. Yeah. And this line is so cool. It's like the coolest line in the whole song for me. I don't know why. And I don't even know what he's doing. I mean, he's playing D7 and he's what's that called when you go above and below? No, I can't remember. Going to the G, right? That down the D7 is so cool. I mean, is it a D7? I don't even know. It's something. I mean, I don't know. Jazz. This line here. Yeah, like kind of like a D minor 7, right? Which is like something he does kind of often, like a 2-5 into the 4. And then again, the E flat note, but this time he's doing the classic like. But he goes into a little diminished line. Hitting that F? I don't even know why he's hitting the F. I mean, he's going back to the. Yeah, I mean, after the C7, like kind of going back to the G. That makes sense. And then here's like a really cool line. I think this is like the most, I guess, the line that I could see myself transcribing in heaps of keys. 3, 6, 2, 5. Super obvious. And then that little thing above the D, 2 below the D. Let me hear him play it. And this line, this is something he's repeated the entire time, right? He's played it, except that last chorus, but before that, here, again, and he's played it here, like he implied it here. Every single chorus playing that same vibe. But this time he doesn't hit a G, he hits an A. It took me a little while to hear it, but it's slightly different. And this line here is a repeated line. Right? Again, he played it. Where did he play it? Back here. Yeah. So this is a very common thing. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole solo. I don't know, like, if I was to transpose that 3-6-2-5 line into a bunch of different keys, I think that would be a good vibe. So it was like 3-6-2-5 in G. What if it was in like C for me? So it would be like. Right? So that'd be like. Right? So it'd be like. So he's doing that. Oh yeah, but he doesn't play the natural 2. Yeah. So that's like the C in C. What if it was in like F? What about D? Oh yeah, here we go. I'm just getting lost. Anyway, that's dope. Oh, and one more thing I want to say is that, like, I'm reading this kind of right now, right? I know it in my head, though. I learned it in my head before I wrote it down. I think that there's something kind of underrated about transcribing, which I didn't really realize until now, kind of. I kind of had the idea of it back when I was studying at uni, but I think I got really good at sight reading. Not from sight reading, but from transcribing, writing it down, and also like composing. And I think the reason why is that when you know something in your head and on your instrument super well, and then you make the connection to reading it, like with your eyes, it like cements the idea that I know that. Like, I know that I can, that line here, right? I can read this now, because I already know it. Right. Am I reading it? Maybe? I mean, but I think what I'm doing is making the connection, right? And so when I come to read something that's similar or exactly the same as this line, or at least that combination of notes, I know it. And so you get really good at sight reading stuff when you know something and then write it down and then read it. I think it's a little hack, honestly. I got really good at sight reading at uni, and I wasn't even sight reading that much. I was just composing and like, I remember transcribing Rumples by Chris Potter, which is crazy chromatic. All this stuff. Right? It's crazy. And I transcribed it. It wasn't written anywhere. I had to transcribe it myself. And then when I learning it on my tenor and then reading it after I'd learned it already was like crazy good sight reading practice. So I think it's a really underrated part of transcribing. You get really good at sight reading, which is sick. I mean, you only get really good at sight reading if you learn it first and then you read it. I feel like the opposite won't help as much, because that's like regular sight reading. You're just like writing it down and then you're reading it. It's like, cool. I mean, sure, you're going to get better at sight reading from sight reading a little bit, but I feel like the opposite way, knowing it and then making the visual connection, is better. For me, at least. I know it helped me a lot. Yeah, let's just play it real slow. Let's play it like kind of 80% speed. I mean, it's not real slow. Yeah, I'm like reading it, but I already know it. It's quite fun. That's pretty much it, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's my breakdown of Bloomdido. Oh, and if you want this breakdown, you can I should probably put it somewhere, I guess. I don't know. You can DM me if you want it. I don't know if it's that helpful. Transcribe it yourself. It's the most helpful. Cheers. Oh, yeah, and the app I'm using is SoundSlice. I'm just using the free version. Sweet as.